Vietnam actually cheap? Is it only cheap on paper? Is it cheap? Is it affordable? Everybody says, oh, Vietnam is cheap. Vietnam is pretty very cheap. You can live on $500 monthly. Really? Is that really true? Are we actually telling ourselves the truth? Or we are just trying to sugarcoat it? Anyway, try it. I think Vietnam is basically cheap if you're someone that wants to eat noodles and you won't turn on your air condition, or you won't buy data, or you won't buy for Wi-Fi, or you won't just you won't pay for house rent. Yeah, because that's basically the most important thing in the world. Hey guys, this is Amirable, a black girl living in Vietnam. Today I just felt like, okay, let's rant with this, my people. Let's rant! Yay! So on this my ranting season and this my ranting session, I'm going to be dividing it into groups. First of all, I'm going to talk about non-negotiable bills, negotiable bills, and big period that are super expensive in Vietnam. Anyway, so let's start with non-negotiable. These are very tactical things these are very important things that you need. These are like your needs: the rent, the food, the visas, and the healthcare. So when we talk about the rent, you can't even tell your landlord, please, I cannot pay this month. Can I pay you next month? It's not possible. You're gonna pack up. What about the electricity? That one is non-negotiable. Those ones gives you high BP because it doesn't have a fixed price. So each month you're expecting something different, and you're like, what is happening? Did I overuse, or did I don't know. We're talking about Wi-Fi. Yeah, Wi-Fi is relatable a little bit. Okay. I think the most cheapest part of it is water. Water is super cheap, and you can do like $1 or $2 every month, and that one is reasonable. For food, unless you're gonna be eating football every day, and the worst is if you're eating out. So if you're eating out, that's even worse, because you're gonna be spending like $5 every day to eat. So when you put out that together, what are you gonna amount to? So for visas, it depending on the company you're working for. Some of them will charge you, like they will charge a hell out of you. Like in paper, the money is different, but in companies, it's also different. So it's blue and black. It's blue and black. So just know that it's blue and black. I don't want to say more. I don't want to say too much, but it's blue and black, or maybe white and black. What color should we even categorize this thing into? It's not actually only the visa. What about the transportation? If you live, thank God for motorbike. Guys, I'm super grateful for motorbikes. Motorbikes are like lifesaver. I'm just hoping that anytime they stop the use of motorbikes, we're gonna have something cheaper. But in the bigger city like Hanoi, they have cheaper transportation, but it's just that you're gonna be a longer hour drive and stuff like that. But the motorbike, notwithstanding, you're still gonna fuel your motorbike depending on how frequently you work. You're gonna still fuel your motorbike for about like $5 to $10 a week, depending on the kind of motorbike you have. For me, I use this other one that takes a lot of petrol, so I do $5 a week, and people say it's too much, but what should I do? I have to go to work, and the times that the motorbike breaks down, I'm gonna spend tooth and nail just to fix it up, because I think the month of August was one of the most horrible months for me, because I think that month actually showed me shege. I had a lot of fixing to do on my motorbikes, and I know I spent up to $50 just to put the motorbike together. At some point I said, can I get a new one? But when I checked my budget, I didn't have something to spare. So I said, okay, let me continue using what I'm using and just fix it till when I can actually comfortably afford to buy a new motorbike for myself. Now let's talk about the negotiable. These ones are not something you should even worry about. They're things that you can actually do without. Something like basically something like eating out. As I said before, eating out should be something you shouldn't even adhere to, because if you're actually going to be eating out, you're going to be spending more. Like let me not tell you so much, because if you're doing football in the morning, that's like if you're going to expensive restaurants of about $5 in the morning, then you eat another, maybe you eat 3 times a day. Or for me, I actually do 2 times. I think in the morning I do tea, I do lemonade, and in the afternoon I go to the market, I just got something. So that $5 will help me to buy something to cook for morning and evening, because those are basically the time I eat. So eating out is negotiable. Those kind of things you can negotiate it, but it's actually expensive. Talk about entertainment can be cut. You can cut that, karaoke nights and rooftop bars, drinking for the guys and most ladies though. And those kind of things can actually take a lot of money from you. So if you're a very massive spender, you're gonna have yourself to blame at the end of the day, and your wallets will be crying. So what about shopping? Shopping is another of it all. So for me, I'm addicted to shopping. I don't even know what to tell you guys, but TikTok shop has been taking my money. So shopping, it's crazy. Cheap imported brands are super expensive. So not cheap. You want the real cosmetics, techs, and new iPhones. Like now, the iPhone 17 is out. So if you're a phone freak and you're super happy that the iPhone 17 is out, that you want to get it, then you have to check your budget again. But in Vietnam, people are really so keen about iPhones. iPhones are really so, if you use iPhone, you're a big girl. They see you as somebody very, how can I say that? But someone super rich to use an iPhone. For travels, anytime you're about to take a trip, just know that you're gonna spend tooth and nail. You're gonna cut your arm and leg just because you want to travel. For domestic flights are super friendly, except for the peak period, which is during the holidays. The prices always skyrocketed. Like you see, from my city to the major city, they'll be talking something like $200 to $300, or sometimes $100. So if you're doing a to and fro, you know how much you're gonna spend. So that one is a no. So if you're gonna book, and what I think they've learned bad thing. Anytime they see that the holiday is coming, they'll push up the price very high. And not even the holiday is coming, when they know that there is a fixed time for holiday, you'll see them skyrocketing the prices. It's always very funny. So definitely. So tickets can be as low as, if you book now for third holiday is January, December, February. So if you book now, it's gonna be a little cheap. So places like Da Nang, people love to go there during the holiday. Hoi An, all those major, very popular places. Halong Bay, Phuket Island. People love to visit those places during the holiday. So people like us women, we actually love to take care of ourselves, our facials, a manicure, a pedicure. I think you should budget for it. It's expensive, especially when you're a foreigner. It's super expensive because you have to pay so much for it. Sometimes I just feel like they overcharge us, but would I blame them? This is their country, so they can do as they like. It's actually very crazy because you can actually live on a budget if you want to, but if you don't want to, you can live above your budget. But the thing about living above your budget is like you're gonna be disturbing your friends and family. So you're gonna be constantly asking for help at every given point in time. You're gonna be constantly asking for help. And for me, I'm not that kind of person. I don't like asking too much for help. So when we talk about luxury lifestyle, you have to cut it out. You have to cut some things. You have to cut out some things and just live live within your means, because that's basically it. You don't want to do something that next month you're really very broke, or you start asking your employers some money. That was really embarrassing, you know. Truly very embarrassing if you ask me. Then you have social life. I can't really tell you that I'm a sociable person, but because I love my bed. I'm the kind of person that loves sleep. Like, sleep is my best friend. So social life is zero. So once in a while I take a trip. Like the last trip I went to Da Nang, it was fun. It was super fun. So once in a while I do trips, and it's just this time I started it because I saw someone that motivated me to do it. So I just decided to try it, and it was actually fun. So if you were to ask me, will you want to do it again? Definitely I want to do it again, but I will have to budget ahead of it. Like, I have to budget ahead of time because I actually overspend. So that's actually it. So the next topic is the peak period. The peak period is from May. That is where you know what expensive means in Vietnam. So I actually it's this year that I took my time to really, so this year I said, okay, let me take my time and try to understand the system and how it works. And because I'm someone that I study things, I want to understand how it works, why you behave the way you behave, why is this thing happening, what really make it happen, you know, that kind of situation. So this year I noticed that the peak period in Vietnam is from May till this September. It has started going down a little bit. So for things like electricity goes up ×2, pretty high, because of the sun. The sun is really so hot. So everybody try to put everything on, their ACs, everything will just, yeah. So the water still remained the same. The water doesn't go up. It's still the same price that we paid last before the summer. So the peak period is the summer period. Things are expensive even in the market. There are no veggies, because you know Vietnamese are so keen on eating veggies. So there are no veggies in the market. You go to the market, the veggies are expensive. The eggs. During the winter, I was buying eggs for about $3 per 30 pieces, but the summer came, nobody warned me about it, because I actually didn't sit to understand the system on how things work here. The summer came and it's horrible. I couldn't even imagine, guys. It was super expensive. Like it started going as high as, at some point we started buying it at $7 per 30 pieces. I'm like, what is going on? Why? So those are the peak period. Those are things that would be super expensive. The bars, the holiday, vacations, things are super expensive. The food skyrocketed. I was buying tomato for it wasn't up to 1 cent. No, it wasn't. 5,000 VND per kilo. But during this summer, I started buying it for $1. I was like, what is the matter? There was a time it was as high as $1 and some cents. I was like, what is the problem? The summer period is actually the peak period. So another peak period is during the Tet holiday. That is around February. That is a monster of them all. Things are super expensive. So nobody warned me about this thing too. This year I experienced it firsthand. Nobody. I went to the market, I couldn't afford things, and it's just like Christmas holidays and holidays in the US when things are skyrocketing. Everybody's buying, so the demands are high. And the demands are high, the prices goes up and stuff. Supplies are low, demands are high. So this period was super expensive. So I actually took my time to really observe this year, and I can tell you that I'm in a better position to tell you how it works. Even holidays are also super expensive. Holidays are any holiday in Vietnam, like anytime they're gonna have, they're having a public holiday, just know that prices of things are up. like their transportation. That's just it. It's happened in my country. That's why I just knew that it's the same thing everywhere. Since Vietnam is not like a Christian country, so Decembers are not like super expensive. Decembers are not always so expensive, just that the places that expats stays are always very expensive. I don't even get to celebrate Decembers because I have to work. I have to do things, so I hardly have time to celebrate it. But is Vietnam actually cheap? Is it only cheap on paper? Is it cheap? Is it affordable? If you watch this video to this time, you should understand if it's actually affordable or not. So the bottom line is Vietnam cheap? It all depends on your lifestyle. That's it. It all depends on your lifestyle. So anytime someone asks you, is Vietnam cheap? Just smile. Yeah, Vietnam is cheap, but it all depends on your lifestyle. Are you a frivolous spender? Do you want to live in a $1,000 home when you're actually earning $1,000? So, yeah, is it cheap? Let me know in the comment section. Hey guys, thank you for watching. I was just taking you guys to chatting with you guys while cleaning my room, and yeah, that's it for today. See you in the next video. Bye.